Hello guys and welcome to HRL Season 5, round number 6. It's going to be AMA Houston. Your gate order from right to left is Papa, Real Deal, Detail, Justice, Fireball, and Luke. Should be a very interesting race here, track made by Fireball actually. It's got a lot of huge jumps and some very odd technical sort sections, so should be really fun to watch. Here we go, gate is dropped, green flag. Watch these guys make it very tight into the first corner. Almost had a 4 wide for a second, but things start to single out a little bit. Justice going all over the place. Whoa, huge contact. That's not going to work. Luke, Justice both going down. Detail getting a little case, but not really going down. Going through the sand section, it looks like it's going to be Slaunch, Real Deal, and Fireball. Fireball trying to make a move on Real Deal. Ooh, Real Deal into the sign a little bit. That sign protrudes into the track just a teensy bit. And looks like Real Deal made a little contact with it, but still able to land the finish jump. And the finish jump is a jump that you guys will have to watch for most of the race, because that's where a lot of the crashes tend to happen. Fireball going in. Oh, he hits the Goomba Stomp pass, which is just hilarious that you can actually pull that off there. Yeah, that rollover, when you take the outside, it's actually seems to be advantageous to just completely jump it and to not roll it at all. So you'll see a lot of drivers do that, and I mean, it's a little dangerous, but it's not that bad. You're not going to have many problems with it unless you're like turning as you hit it or something like that. As long as you're straight when you're hitting it, you'll be fine. There's definitely other parts of the track that'll give you more issues, specifically the finish line jump. Looks like we might have a battle for third here between Real Deal and Detail. Real Deal opting for the inside, Detail opting for the outside. Definitely interesting lines that you can do through that split section. One of the more interesting parts of the track. A lot of possible lines, especially through the sand section. A lot of different stuff that you can do. Through the whoops, and yeah, it looks like the closest battle we're going to have is for third at the moment. That's when it starts to get a little bit dangerous, when you get right on someone's bumper and you see Detail decides to roll it, and he gets right back to Real Deal's bumper. So you can roll it and still be fast. It's just if you can jump it, why not jump it? Oh, getting a little loose. This might not be a good landing. Yeah, they're both gonna case. Pretty horrible case for both of them for third right there. That's pretty bad. Try to always mention the pole sitter. I don't do it half the time, but I'll do it this week. I'll try to keep it going from now on. I'll try. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Real Deal. That was a very interesting stoppage on Detail there. It's odd. Speaking of which, Detail got the pole for this race with a time of 61.125. Second place was Vulcan actually with a 61.868, and they were the only ones to get into the 61. So Detail and Vulcan, the only two drivers that got a 61 lap time, which is just crazy. A lot of couple drivers in the 62s, one driver in the 63, few drivers in the 64. The lap times were all over the place for this track. So kind of odd. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually lap times are pretty close. Only separated by maybe 3 seconds, but I think the fact that it's a bigger track affects lap times more, because there's, the bigger the track is, the more sections there are to screw up. So, if people are making big mistakes on their qualifying laps, you're going to have a wide range of times. Whereas if you have a small track and there's only one section you can screw up, then most people, you have 2 attempts, you'll get it right on one of the attempts. Still crazy though. Crazy to see Detail with the pole. Usually not first place all the time on Supercross. Last season he had a lot of top fives, outside the top 3. Until Champ Series had a pretty good Supercross run and maybe has it figured out now. Vulcan though, really want to talk about Vulcan in second place, because that lap time for him to get second in qualifying and be the only other person in 61 is actually crazy. I think it just proves how much Vulcan's been improving over the last couple seasons, and hopefully he's fast. He's shown it many times in qualifying that he's fast. He just needs to actually get his speed going during the moto and be consistent during the moto. If he can do that, then we might see good things out of Vulcan this season. Might see a win. Who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. Going through the doubles here. Let's see. I was looking at the qualifying time, so all right. Looks like Real Deal still holding on to third place. You see the different lines there, though. Real Deal just straight up takes the outside, whereas Detail takes a pretty risky line. He completely he doesn't take the berm at all. He just completely takes the inside and cross jumps to the outside. So it's a very, very risky line, but has potential for a lot of speed. So you'll see that line being ran by a few different people during the race. And it looks like on the finish line jump, Detail was able to overtake Real Deal. I think Real Deal must have got a case or a bad landing or something there. Which again, you'll see that happen a lot, not just in the heats and the semis, but in the motos. You definitely have to watch the finish line jump a ton, because people are going to be hitting that incorrectly all the time, and everybody cases it at least once in each race, pretty much. So that was definitely like the skill gap jump of the track. If you could land that jump clean, you had a big advantage on the rest of the field. So you just saw Fireball do the same thing. I was talking about Detail earlier. You could see it pretty clearly there. Just sets it up from inside to outside. It's very dangerous, but very fast as well. And we're going to take the finish here. Solange takes the win. Fireball is going to take second. Looks like Detail is going to take third. Real Deal going to take fourth. And Luke's going to take fifth, and Justice will also finish up in sixth. Got the results, semi-transfers on your screen. Hope you guys enjoyed that heat. Definitely check out the rest of the heats in the motos, because trust me, this will be one of the more chaotic races. So, see you there.